It is 2 o'clock in the morning right now. And we are getting ready to go hit this arm day. Honestly, the nights, it's not too bad. I thought working with the nights would like catch up with me after a while, but it hasn't been too bad. Really, truly, working the nights, it kind of gives me a sense like to get more stuff done because nobody bothers me. It's like, you know, night everybody's asleep except me, so it gives me a chance to, I guess, film more videos, do more like the social media aspect of work and edit and stuff like that, because nobody's bothering me. You know, nobody's calling my phone, hey, let's go do this, I need you to do this or do that. You know, it's, you know, I'm asleep during the day, awake at night, nobody bothers me, so it gives me more time to focus in on training and also filming and stuff like that, so that's good. Today's arm day. I'm going to show y'all, run y'all through my typical arm day workout. One thing I want to focus on in this kind of bulking period, and this bulking period is kind of coming to the end. I'm 190 right now, so I've jumped a couple pounds. I'm actually hitting consistently 190, so that is a plus. Goal is 195. I think I'm gonna do one more month of bulking and then I'll start kind of cutting back a little bit. But I really want to focus in this last month and a half. I'm trying to grow my biceps and my triceps and my shoulders, also everything really. But I really want to focus on my biceps because I feel like they are a weak point because my arms are so long. I have a long bicep like in general, so it's hard. From a distance and from the side, they don't look as full versus if I'll do like a front bicep, then you can see. But as from a side shot, they don't look that crazy. So that's something that I definitely want to work on, and I want to do forearms a little bit more. Speaking last video, if you haven't seen that video, go check that video out. It'll be up here or over here, one of the corners. I talked about peptides and stuff like that, and BPC and TB 500 blend that I was going to take. My wrist actually does not hurt anymore, so thank God for that. I probably will still end up doing the peptides, but I don't know if it's going to be that blend. Like I said, I'm going to keep y'all updated. I still haven't figured out exactly what blend I'm going to use and see. I know when I cut weight, I'm going to use Retta to kind of shred off a little bit extra fat that I couldn't do like per se last cut, but I'm gonna use Retta. Anyway, enough of all that. Let's get into this workout session. All right, one thing I always do when I start off with arm day is bicep curls. You can't really go wrong with bicep curls. Either I'll do a dumbbell or either I'll do a machine. Here lately, because of my wrist issue, I've been doing machine because it's more comfortable for me. So that's what we're gonna start off with today. It's really just basically like a machine preacher curl, or not really a preacher curl because we got a preacher curl machine over there. It's like a free weight preacher curl. This is, I just call it a machine bicep curl. I'm gonna start off with this. I'm gonna do 2 warm-up sets, and then we're gonna go straight heavy and then do 4 sets heavy, and then that'll probably be it for that machine, and then we'll switch it. Now, there's 2 ways that I do this machine. Oh my God. First of all, who was sitting on this? Because they're short as hell. Couldn't be me. I grab this here and do a couple sets, and then I'll also grab inward and do a couple sets. Now, it just switches the grip up a little bit, kind of hits a little different. You get a little different feel with your biceps. At least I do anyway. You don't have to do it like that. You can choose one movement, but I feel like when I grip it a little wider, I get a little wider bicep kind of contraction, and then when I grip it closer, I feel like a little inner bicep. If that makes sense, outer works outer, inner works inner, same thing with your chest. That's kind of how I view it, but gonna get in these sets and let's get it.
Play with this shit, it be war. Yeah, everything I do be hard. I bring buttons and shit on the tour. Ain't got nothing on there for these brides. I can't love her, she might do me wrong. Ain't got nothing but love for the squad. I say I love you, ain't leaving you on. I barely hit told in it for my heart. Yeah, I keep pole on me, can't troll on me. No, I can't do nothing without bleed. I don't really fuck these rock niggas. No, I been smacking they whole sound like my beats. I go box on them back crib velvet. If she beating, I'm talking about projector. CIA for the stones on the necklace. They get over on me if I late them. Yeah, I'm leading the bitch at the bezel. No, I couldn't be every pedestrian. She a eater on top of my digester.
Alright, this is actually the Preacher curl machine. Like the actual, that one's just like a bicep. Like I said, we have two of them. That one's like a bicep curl machine. This one's like a free weight, real Preacher curl. I love this machine. This is one of the keys to, you know, me growing my arms to the size that they are now, which they're decent, but they obviously everybody wants bigger arms. This right here is literally peak bicep growth. If you want to grow your biceps, I'm not saying you have to do this, but this is one of the best movements if you do it right. Now, you can tear your bicep on this very easily, very quickly if you don't do it right and you try to ego lift. This machine's not for ego lifting. If you want an ego lift, go do a deadlift. This is not the machine you want to be playing around with that. I'd suggest start off, if you're newer to fitness, I'd suggest start off with like 10 on each side to try to get it. Like I said, I can do a plate on this, but I start off with a 25. So that should give you a little range of how you know, what weight to use. But I start off with 25s and then I usually go up to a 35, and that's all I go up to. You really want to focus on squeeze and contraction with these. Like I said, don't tear your bicep. I'm gonna show you some tips so that you don't tear your bicep. I haven't been able to do these in forever because of my wrist. So let's hope that I can do these. But anyway, now a lot of people get it mixed up. They'll come down and they will go all the way down and stretch it out their elbows to when they're sitting down like this. Do not do that. You're gonna tear your bicep. How you're supposed to do it, have your shoulders over, come down to probably about like here, so you still have a little bend in your arm. This kind of hurts my wrist a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna thug it out, try to do it. But that's the gist of it. I'm gonna drop the weight because it kind of does hurt my wrist, being my wrist, you know, stretching like that. So I'm gonna drop it to a 10 and a 5 on each side. And we're just gonna rep out with that and really focus slow and controlled movements with this one. I'm not gonna go heavy like I normally do, just because I ain't trying to mess my wrist up again. That sucks, but 4 sets on this. I'm gonna drop the weight and yeah.
I go blick right now, nigga, test em. I go CBT on the Tesla. See a free little bit, pop a Tesla. I'm getting money for a nigga, yes sir. If we fuck, she get put on the fence. Play with this shit, it be war. Yeah, everything I do be hard. I bring buttons and shit on the tar. Ain't got nothing on them for these bars. I can't love her, she might do me wrong. Ain't got nothing but love for the squad. I said I love you, ain't leaving you on. My brother hit told him to fold my heart. Yeah, I keep pole on me, can't troll on me. No, I can't do now without bleed. I don't really fold these rock niggas. Know I been smacking they whole sound like my bitch. I go boss on the back, crib velcro. DCB, I don't tell my projector. CIA for the stones on the necklace. They get over on me if I let them. Yeah, come here. Yeah, I don't really care about how they feel. I rock the baby, the shit where you build. Ain't nothing made up by how I live. I really telling me boy what it is. Been over the block with all Dre on the hill. I still remember when we used to take. It's like every day this shit for my head. Now I get 30, I'm on for a feature. And for one every day for the sneakers.
Alright, moving on to my last bicep exercise. So we did 3 bicep exercise, or 2 bicep exercises so far. This is gonna be the 3rd one. This is gonna be the last one. Although I might go back and hit that seated bicep machine we did first time. I'm probably gonna go back after I hit triceps and just completely go to failure and completely burn out on that one because I love that machine. Anyway, on this, basically, for biceps, there's really not too much you can do besides curls, right? There's no fancy way to grow biceps or really any muscle to, as long as you get contraction on the muscle, that's really what it takes to grow. Biceps is like one of them things, the only thing you can do is curl for the most part because you use your biceps in a lot of movements anyway. So really the only thing you can do to isolate your biceps is curl movements. So that's why these movements are all similar, right? There's no really special way to do it. So this machine, or this bench, it's not a machine. This bench here, what I'm gonna do is basically, which y'all will see, but I'm just gonna do bicep isolation curls. So basically I'm just gonna have my arm over here. I'm really just gonna be focusing on contracting my bicep with this dumbbell. I go lighter on these I got like a 30-pound dumbbell that I could probably do for a couple. Like I said, I'm not going stupid heavy with this because I really want to focus the tension on that bicep and really focus on squeezing. And then that's going to be the end of the bicep movement. And then we're going to move on to triceps. Triceps, I don't go stupid crazy because, I mean, they're pretty good. So really, I like push downs for triceps. I love push down movements. I like overhead presses too, but I don't know if I'm gonna do any of them. I'm probably just gonna do push downs, pull downs on the cable. That's really what I feel the most in my triceps personally, and that's what I've used to grow my triceps, so that's what I'm gonna stick with. I used to do a lot of overhead presses for triceps, and I still do them, but I switch it up. Last arm day, I did a lot of overhead presses, so I'm probably just gonna stick with regular pull downs today. But hell, who knows? We'll see where we're at. But I'm gonna hit this. I'm only gonna do 3 sets on this to failure, and then we'll switch to the push downs, pull downs.
Whenever I crease them, I got on while they headed to bleacher. In the hog and she pushed the meter. How a little bitch go for I beat her. I turned up most my people. Then play I go show people. Play with this shit, it be war. Yeah, everything I do be hard. I bring buttons and shit on the tour. Ain't got nothing on them for these bras. I can't love her, she might do me wrong. Ain't got nothing but love for the squad. I say I love you, ain't leaving you on. My brother here told me for my heart. Yeah, I keep hold on me, can't troll on me. No, I can't do nothing without bleed. I don't really fuck these route niggas. Know I been smacking they whole sound like my bitch. I go bounce on them back crib velcro. This shit be on time my projector. CIA for the stones on the necklace. They get over on me if I let them. Yeah, I made this shit look easy. So it's chosen, that my reason. I was broken, that my reason. They can't win, that my reason. Come from that, they won't believe they want my music. Got my reason. I was out there rapping, I wish I know that rap was all we need. I lost my nigga Drake before we got it. I wish you could've seen it. Popped up on the Rico chart, could be my chart. Them niggas friends, I know them boys ain't did the shit I did. These niggas make believe.
All right, we got done. That's pretty much my full arm workout. I would tell y'all this for tips, like as far as growing your arms and really growing any muscle part, really in general. The best thing that you could do is take the set to failure. Literally, the more effort you put in, the more results you're going to get out. If you just do half-ass sets and not really feeling the burn, you're not going to grow as much. That's just simple logic. It's just common sense, and I think that's what's missing from a lot of people in general, not even including the gym. I feel like common sense is lacked a lot, but it's really simple. The more effort you put in, yes, there's little tips and tricks you can do, but the general concept, the harder you go, the easier it is to grow as a person and in the gym as well. But as far as weightlifting goes, focus on form, really contracting the muscle with the weight. Mind-muscle connection goes a lot. And like I said, that just comes over time with doing it every day and showing up consistently every day. Mind-muscle connection is just something you develop. And over time, get started. So if you never start, you'll never get it. But if you started, then you're one step ahead of a lot of people. So eating your protein. Diet is also another key factor in this. If you're not hitting your protein goals every single day, you're not going to grow the maximum amount that you can. You can't eat your protein goal. Say your protein goal is 200 grams of protein. You can't eat 200 protein. Sorry, it's late at night. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. You can't eat your protein goal one day, skip 2 days, and then go back and eat your protein goal again and expect to grow like that. You have to consistently every single day. If your goal is 200, if your goal is 260, you have to eat 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, or either you can go above that. The point is make sure you're getting your protein in. And if you're bulking, you can eat above your protein level. It doesn't matter. Just note, if you go over your caloric intake too much, you'll gain unnecessary fat. But if you're bulking, you can always dial that back down. There's like multiple ways you could go about it, but that's the general concept. If you hit the exercises that I showed in this video, that's my arm growth exercises. It covers all the functions. Yes, it's simple. You don't need anything stupid advanced, because that advanced shit like fucking curling barbells and laying on the floor doing curl, it's all a curl movement, like for your biceps. I see some people laying on the floor doing a fucking bicep curl. That shit's pointless. It's still a curl at the end of the day, you know. But you know, people work out different ways. This is my little routine to do. It's worked so far, and yes, I switch it up some days on some different movements and do more dumbbell stuff, but fortunately my wrist won't allow for that. So that's where we're at. But to get huge arms, them are the tips that I got for y'all. But I hope y'all did enjoy the video, and if you want to see more tips, you know, bulking, cutting, I'll be cutting in like a month and a half, so I'll have more cutting content for y'all. But if y'all want to see more bulking content and like how to get your protein in the easiest way if you have trouble eating, I can give y'all some tips on that. Leave them in the comments below. Make sure you hit the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Help Logan Paul's brother out in getting to 500 on YouTube and 2K on TikTok, and I think we're almost at 10K on Snapchat. So all my social medias will be in the link in the description and posted on screen here. I appreciate all y'all for the support, and yeah, see y'all next time. Peace out.
I'm leading a bitch at the bezel. No, I couldn't be every pedestrian. She a eater on time I digest her. I go blick right now, nigga, test her. I go CBT on the Tesla. She a free little bitch, pop a Tesla. I'm getting money for a nigga, yes sir. If we fuck, she get put on the fence. Play with this shit, it be war.